Hey guys, let's talk about the 5 things that I use in my garden to help my vegetables and flowers produce. I try to use as much organic content as possible, especially since we're going to be eating these things. And one of the best things, if not the number one on my list that I always tell people about when they ask me this question, are garden worms. As the worms wiggle in the soil, they create tunnels that allow your plants to grow and pull more nutrients. When I started, I ordered my worms from Amazon and started to put them in different parts of my garden, like my raised garden beds and in my okra beds, even in pots, especially in pots, so that way they could create more nutrients in the soil. Be careful with grub worms. Grub worms are those little white worms that you'll come across when you're digging through the dirt. And those kind of worms will eat the root system in your plants, so they're not good. Worm castings. Worm castings are organic, they help the plant grow, and they allow for soil aeration. I've also been told that they lock in moisture and that they help build up pest resistance. And then in some cases, the worm castings help with things like protection from disease. So let's talk about the next thing, which is fish emulsion. This is by far the smelliest thing I use. Be fair warned, I did advise you, it's stinky. I mean, it's really stinky, but it's created from the liquid of processed fish and fish meal. Let me tell you what though, the moment I feed this to my plants and make a fish emulsion tea, within the next day I can see the results. It's like steroids for plants. They love it. I'm going to post some videos about learning how to make fish emulsion tea on my channel, so check that out. For my plants that crave magnesium, like tomatoes and peppers, roses, cucumbers, I use this ingredient here. It's called Epsom Salt. You can pick it up from your grocery store. Now hear me out before you look at me like I'm crazy. Epsom salt helps your plants produce more blooms. It helps heighten your plant's green color, and it even makes them look bushier. And the reason for this is because Epsom salt has magnesium and sulfur, which are key ingredients for growing your plants. So don't overdo it with the Epsom salt though. I use it as needed, especially when I see that the cucumbers during the mid-season of growing, they need a little boost of energy. The last must-have that I feed my plants in some sort of a slow release organic product, or in my case, I use Dr. Earth. It's a powder, so it usually makes a really good tea, and that way it goes into the root system faster. I also use this when I'm first planting the seedlings. I'll sprinkle this in the soil and mix it in as well. And there you have it. You have my top 5 must-haves for feeding your plants.